Now let's read from the list. For each is also a very good way to reach the elements. Var in cars, yes, this code works for me. And then let's write here that this control right line, and then here the car represent, and it will hold each object. And if you write here just car, and then it will show not the properties. It will show just the class name. Let's run the code. Now you can see it will show not my car properties. It will show just the type of the objects as yesterday we did it. For show the each element's property, and I can access it using dot, and then I can show brand, of course, and it will get the brand data, and of course also I can show the another property. It is model, and I can access it using like this. But yes, you can use also for loop. You can access it using index number, and also you can use while loop. It is totally okay. But for each loop is very good way, faster than I think, and the less code, of course, that more understandable. Yes, let's run the code now, and we are going to see Toyota Auris and Volvo V90 that from this given list, that from cars list. Let's run the code. Let me add more property. Let's update the car class. I am going to create another property here. Let's create public int, and then year. Of course, each car has the year information, and it is int. And also, I can update my my constructor. You can see when I put my cursor, it automatically shows me, yes, I can do that. You can press tab key, and it will apply to my constructor. And you can see now that here that the template shows an error because there is no this template here. I have this template, but I have to add here that the color is year information. Let's write, for example, 2020. Now there is no error, but you can create again, of course, manually, or you can generate here another constructor if you need it. Again, just holds the brand and model template. And let's click OK. Yes, it will also to be used without year information. And the car 2 here, like this, it is also that created with this template, and the car 1 created with this template. It is totally okay, and you can do that as much as you need. And yes, now also that you can assign here car 2 dot year is equal to 2024, for example. Yes, and this will add it into, of course, that added into list directly with it. But here, just the thing that I need to update this part, that the console.write line, because it will not shown on the screen, and because of that I have to show it like this. Also, I am going to access the year property. It is like this, and then it will show the data on the screen. Let's run the code. Now I can access it here also, that the Toyota Auris and the year information is 2020, and the Volvo V90, the year information is 2024. It is possible, and yes, these classes actually later we are going to discuss about during entity framework and the MVC part. That the classes will be our model. Actually, we are going to work with database, and we are going to create our tables, and each table will hold that the header part, for example, ID, for example, brand, for this example, brand, model, year information, for example, color information, and the classes will be our model. And for each property will be header name. And then, yes, we are going to give the data, and then it will hold in the table in the database. Later, we are going to say model. When we are going to say model, it means that the class will be over model for creating table. Now, yes, it is Toyota Auris. It is first object, and the second object is Volvo V90. And yes, it is possible also. It is possible also that you can, if you need that, you can, for example, here you can assign, for example, public bool. For example, it's just example. Of course, that if you need, if it's true and then get and set, yes, it is possible that you can Boolean property if you need to use. Also, later also we are going to use, for example, public list that you can hold list, for example, here, last string, and then you can hold, for example, passengers, passenger, and passengers list. For example, yes, later also we are going to discuss about it. We are going to create connection between classes and between tables, actually. It is also later. And we are going to hold, for example, we are going to discuss about bus or about car, and for each car or for each bus or for each plane, and has that the passengers. And of course, we are going to hold the lists of the passengers, which passenger in which car, in which bus. Because of that, yes, if you need that, you can define list property in your classes, or yeah, it is also possible that you can array also, that it is possible. And here, for example, string array, and then yes, you can. It is another thing that let's name it colors like this, and also get and set. It is also possible that you can assign, of course, that the property, create your property that you can add it, and then you can get the relevant data, and then of course you can use in your objects. It is also possible that you can create a constructor that holds also these things. I am going to comment it out now. But it's just example that I want to show you that it is possible as much as you can, as much as you need. Of course, if you need, of course, if you don't need, don't write any property. It is very important, and it is the clean code principle that delete if you don't need the code part, and then delete it. Let's create here another constructor, generate constructor. Yes, will hold all properties. Here also passengers and colors. If you click OK, and now it will generate like this. You can see this part, actually this part, to be get from this constructor. It will be same data. It means that the base, it is here that the base will be this constructor, this data to be used, and also it will add the list, passenger, and of course, string colors. For example, here, of course, that you can think that the car has just one color. Yeah, it is just example scenario. Of course, maybe some things not fits to this example, but yeah, but passengers, car holds the passengers, and the passengers you can hold in the list. And you can, of course, access, you can search which passenger in which car. It is possible scenarios that you can do that. Yes, this is actually, I wanted to explain for morning session. Any question? And it is also possible, next week, we are going to discuss about inheritance, that we are going to create base class, of course, that, for example, vehicle class, and we are going to create car class, bicycle class, for example, boat class, And these classes, car, bicycle, boat classes, will be, we are going to derive from the vehicle class. And the common properties that we are going to put it in the base class, in the parent class. And of course, the subclasses will be used, these common properties. Yes, it is we are going to do. But yes, it is also possible that you can create another class here, and you can create a list, for example, from the car. And if you need this kind of scenarios, it is also possible that you can do that. Let me try here, for example, class. Just example, of course. That just maybe it will be neat that you for solving weekly mini project, you can put some kind of properties into another class, and then you can use it in the another class. Here, that car one, it is just example, and then here you can create list, public list, and then a car, yes, like this. And then you can create object inside this list.